Thank you, Macarena, and good morning, everyone. For today, let me share my screen and we could start. For today, we are going to be reviewing how to use Excel templates on Dynamics CRM 365. The idea is that I'm going to be just presenting you some like theoretical or general information, and after that, I will be just reviewing the functionality directly in the system. So let me try to do this. Oh, this one. Okay. So, um, an Excel template allows you to generate information directly from the system in a specific format or template, of course, how it's named. So basically, you could define a specific template on CRM with charts, with pivot tables, so with some other things. And after that, just get that information directly from the system and just, I mean, if you need to do like a report or something like that every week or every month, you shouldn't be doing that every week. I mean, you should be doing that just once in a specific template, and after that, just refresh the information directly from the system. So the idea is that the information or the structure of the file should be the same, and the information is something that you just need to update directly from the system. For today, we're going to be reviewing four main topics. The first one is going to be how to create a template, or basically do the whole process of creating a template, an Excel template. And I just mentioned that is Excel because you could work on a Word template or an Excel template. So for today, we are going to be reviewing the Excel template. After that, I'm going to be explaining you how to open an Excel template and what's the difference or what kind of templates you could handle. Basically, you could have your own template, like our personal templates that are going to be available just for the user that is creating that, or you could just have systems in place that are going to be available for the whole company. My suggestion is try to do it system templates because usually the tools or the functionalities are available just for a group of people, but the idea is just try to share and try to keep the information and try to keep the reports in a standard way. So probably it's better try to use the system templates. I'm going to be explaining you that as well. So how to create a template? Basically, you could create a template in many different entities. I don't want to be just a PowerPoint presentation, so I'm going to be just going pretty quick on the explanation and just to try to give you context. And after that, I'm going to be doing that directly in the system. So basically, I mean, to do the template, you need to do it. I mean, the first thing that you need to do is download the template. The way to do it is just go directly to the entity. For example, go to opportunities or any entity that you require. And there you are going to find a button that is going to be Excel templates. When you click there, you could just go and download the template. That basically is going to download an Excel file, an empty Excel file. And after that, you could just start configuring the file. When you click here, the system is going to ask you about the entity that you want to download and the view that you want to use by default. The view doesn't mean that the information is always going to be related to that specific view. It's just a reference. So it means that you download the template, you configure your file, and after you could just use that template with any other specific view in the same entity. Okay. So when you download that, basically you have to pay. Let's do it and just to try to do it directly in the system and just keep moving directly with the explanation. So if you click here, if you came to here to opportunities, let's say that I'm in the all opportunities view, sorry, and you could click here an Excel template. When you click here, the system is going to show you the option to upload the template, to download the template, or to see the template that you already have. As you can see here, I have my Excel templates that basically are the system templates and my personal Excel templates that is something that I'm going to explain later. But basically, for the moment, we are going to be downloading the template. The system is going to ask me about the entity, and it's going to ask me about the the view that I want to use by default. Let's say that I'm going to be using all opportunities. If you want to add additional columns that are not included in the specific view, you could do it as well. But I mean, you just need to click on edit, and you're going to be available to define the additional columns that you want to use. But for a moment, we are going to be just reviewing and just downloading the template. Let's say that all opportunities, I'm going to download the file. And when you click on the file, you're going to see the information with the information that you're watching. I mean that you see in the view. So this is the template. This is the blank template, let's say. That is going to include some information. I think the information that you already see in the view. Okay. So what can you do in the template? Basically, the first thing that you need to do, and probably it's try to rename the table. Uh, so you could click here, and usually, I mean, that's my suggestion, but I usually always put name, and basically because later it's going to be easy to identify or to try to relate information, but just define a name. And here you could start doing the things. And when I say doing the things, I mean, I'm going to be sharing you what I usually do. Usually I just change this for details, something like that. I usually create another one that probably is going to be my summary. And here I could start doing things directly I mean, it's an Excel file. So probably you want to include a pivot table here, something like that, something with the title, something more fancy. So like probably opportunities summary. I'm going to be just going pretty quick here because it's not an Excel explanation, but just to let you know what can you do here. So basically you could just define let's say that I'm going to be defining the status. I'm going to be defining the revenue, something like that. Something pretty simple that you could just do it on a couple of clicks. So basically what I'm doing here is that I'm already configured file that is attached, is related directly to the system, and every time that you require the file with the same structure is going to be directly here. So I'm just creating the template here, but the idea is that after that you're going to be just uploading this template to the system. Okay, so you could do it here. The things that you could do in Excel include pivot table, charts, calculations, whatever. You could do your own filters and some other things. I mean, all the things that you could do it usually in Excel. Um, After that, it's important. I mean, here is an example of how to do it. I usually include pivot tables, some other charts, and some other information. You could do it as pretty as you wish. The idea is that every month or every week that you require do the same file. You don't need to do it again. I mean, you don't need to configure the whole file. Some other functionalities that you could configure is the data access. I used to configure that. So probably you could come here to let me see here. Um, wow. In the pivot table options. So it should be here. Uh, Pivot table options. You could come here to data, and you could click here on refresh data when opening file. And the reason is that every time that you open the file, you could get that connection to the CRM. The CRM is going to transfer information to the Excel file, and you will see the information updated every time. So if you don't want to activate that, you could just click here and refresh the data every time. And every time that you open the file, the information is going to be updated and the chart is going to be updated. So that's why probably my suggestion is going to be try to do it in the best possible way in terms of the chart and in terms of data because after that it's going to be available in the system for everyone. Okay. Well, I already have my template here. I'm going to save it. Let's say that I'm going to rename that because I don't want to upload it with that name. Let's say that is going to be like opportunity. Let's say that webinar summary, just to let me know that it's just an exercise. So here in the CRM again, you could just click here on Excel template and you could upload the template. When you select the upload option, you could select here the file. Let's say that I'm going to select this. Um, has been deleted underneath the original data table has been probably probably because I renamed it. Let me see that. No, because I renamed the table. Okay, sorry about that. Let me do that again pretty quick. So I'm going to download it again. Excel template, download, opportunities, download. We'll just rename it that. Opportunity, webinar summary. Apparently doesn't like that I changed the name as something that I used to do, but here's not allowing me that. I don't know what. And here I'm going to create a summary. And here I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to insert the pivot table here. That's going to be directly here. Okay, and I'm going to be just doing the status and probably the revenue, and let's do it like this. Doesn't matter. What give me? I'm going to be changing that, and that's it for a moment. Okay, let's upload the template. Let's try it again. So I'm going to Excel template, and I'm going to upload the template. Winner. So already uploaded template. So uh, what you could do here now is that you could, I mean, anytime if you enter to an opportunity, you could select this view or any other view that you wanted. And after that, you could just came here and click on Excel template. And here you will see the template that you just upload. That is this one, opportunity webinar summary. As you can see, it's going to be a personal Excel template. It's not going to appear like a system template. It's going to appear like a personal template because I'm just uploading directly from here. And every time that you upload a template from here is going to be a personal template. Okay? So if you want to click here, you could just download it. You could open in on Excel online, but my suggestion is try to download it. And when you download the file, it's going to be with the structure that you already defined. If you want, you could click here to refresh the information. And the table with the information is going to be here directly from the system. So the idea with this functionality is don't do the same every time. I mean, if you every time need to download information, create a pivot table, create a chart, put the names, put the titles, and probably some other things, probably the best possible way to do it is just create a template. And after that, every time that you require, you could just use the template. Another good thing with this is that if the next week you need to do it, let's do a quick modification here. Like for example, let's say here, and let's modify the estimate revenue here, just to do a quick modification. So I just click, I just came here, estimate revenue. I don't know where is the estimate revenue on this entity. Okay, let's add another one, or let's modify this. Like for example, let's say that is going to be 5. Okay, with this modification, the estimated revenue is going to be changed. Probably, I don't know why it's taking so much, but it's going to change now. It already changed. So you don't need to download the file again. You just click in the file that you previously download, and as you can see, it's 1950. So if you refresh here, should be refreshing. Okay, should refresh the information. No, oh, well, it's my fault. It's because when I modify this functionality that I just put here, when I modified this functionality previously, the refresh data was as soon as I opened the file. So the information is already updated, but you don't need to download the file every time. You just need to click here or refresh, and the information is going to be just directly downloaded from the system. You don't need to generate the information every time. You just need to download it once, and after that, just start generating the information directly from the system. Okay, so it's a pretty good functionality that is going to be helping you to generate files every time without any additional effort. Just do it once, and after that, you could use it as much as you need without any additional change. Okay. Um, this functionality is pretty useful if you want to update information directly from the system. You will just need the information in the Excel file, and after that, just refresh it anytime as you require. So the information in the Excel file is going to be updated as you require. Okay. So as previously mentioned, every time that you upload a file from here, it's going to be in the personal template. If you want to modify or you want to do any additional thing with your personal thing, with your personal templates, you could click here on view all my templates, and you could just modify that. You cannot edit it. So probably if you want to, well, you can modify that, but it's not going to be modifying the template. It's just going to modify the description or the name or something like that. But you cannot modify the file. You cannot modify the template. So if you want to modify the template, you could download the template, modify it again, and after that you need to re-import the file. So my suggestion is if you want to modify it, just delete it and just upload it again because it's going to be the easiest way. How to modify it? Just you could come here again to the original template, and after that you're going to be able to do the modification and upload it again. But it's going to be a personal template again. Okay. So what I'm just mentioning that is because there are two things. I mean, there are two kind of templates: the personal ones and the system template ones. The system template ones are going to be the templates that are going to be available for all the users. If you upload a template here, it's going to be available just for you. So if you want to share that or if you want to make it available for the whole company, you need to do it as a system template. Of course, to do it, probably you are going to require additional permission. Uh, but the good thing with this is that if you upload as a system template, you could configure additional features. So, how to do it? Basically, you need to go to settings and go to document settings or go to templates, I'm sorry, and select the document template. When you enter the document template, it's going to be an upload template button that you could just click it. And as soon as you do that, it's going to appear this upload template form that is going to allow you to select the file. But after that, after you upload the template, you could define what are going to be the security roles that you want to enable for that. So that's the second main difference. The first difference with the personal one is that the first one is going to be for sure, just for you and just for the user that is uploading the template. And the second main difference is that with the system templates, you could define what are the specific security roles that you want to enable for use that template? That's a pretty good functionality. So I'm going to be showing you that later. So by default, if you upload a system template, it's going to be available for the whole users, for the whole company. But if you want make it available just for once, you could just modify that and just do it directly uh, finding defining the functionality. So how to do it? The first thing that you need to do is just click here in advanced settings. When you click on advanced settings, you're going to be here, and here you could change to templates. On templates, you could select document templates, and here you're going to be able to manage the Word template and the Excel template. By default, it's going to appear this with um, like an introduction or context, I don't know. But by default, you're going to see here the Excel templates and the Word template. So if you want to upload one, you just need to click on Upload Template. If you already have the file here, you could just drag and drop, or you could just select that. You could use the same template. The only difference is going to be that now the template is going to appear like a system template. So it means that if you enter here to quotes and sorry, it's not quotes, it's opportunities. If you enter here to opportunities and if you click on Excel template, it's going to be here, opportunities webinar summary, but it's going to be in the Excel template section. It's not going to be in the personal ones because it's a global one, it's a system template, and it's going to be available for the whole users. So if you want to modify that, you could click here and enable security role. And here you could define what are going to be the roles that you want to be enabling to to see the template. So it means that if some users enter and doesn't have that specific role, they are not going to be able to see the template. So probably if you want to have like a manager's role or something like that, and if you want to enable some specific template for them, you could do it just using this functionality. Okay. So you just need to modify this, just enable for specific ones and modify as you require. Okay. So, um, Rolly, and I want to share with you some of the templates or one of the templates that I have, or two of the templates that I have. This is my production environment, and in the production environment, let's say that with this one, I don't know why. Okay. So, for example, yeah, if I enter here to Excel template, it's going to be something like cases current status. That is one of the templates that I used to use. So if you enter here, as you can see here, appears like by default with the base information. But if I click here to refresh, it's going to modify the information. It's going to update the data. For example, I'm just presenting here a summary of my ticket system of cases. So I'm just presenting here the number of cases that I have in each status. I have here the rate of or the number of cases that we are receiving. I have here the number of name of the people that is creating the cases, the SLA status, the consultant that is attending the case, and additionally, I have here the full information. So that's one way to do it. That's one way to, I mean, as you can see, based on one information, I could use multiple charts, multiple information, and generate the file just one time. Okay? So my suggestion is, and sometimes probably you think, okay, it's better to create a report. Probably yes, because the report is going to be uh, with more complex functionality, or you could take information from multiple entities. Here with the templates, you could just take the information from the principal or from the main entity and probably one relation level, but not too much. And let me show you how to do it. But in a report, you could do it something more sophisticated. But the difference is that the Excel template is going to be something that probably a final or yes, a final user is going to be able to generate, and a report probably is going to be more complex. So what I was mentioned previously is that if you enter here, you could create the template directly from here. Again, select the template, Excel template, And here you could define the entity and define well, the the view, and it's going to be downloading the information that you previously has in the view. So it means that if you want to have multiple levels or something like that, you need to configure the view with the levels that you require. Remember that you could just go deep maximum 3 levels deep. So you need to configure the view, and after that, just bring that information directly to the Excel file and just do your magic directly in the Excel file. Okay. So in a report, you could do multiple levels, more than 3, but the Excel file is going to be easier to use and easier to configure. At least that's what I think. I think that usually you don't need more. I mean, you don't need sophisticated things. Basically, there are some things that you could just handle with the basic thing. And so the Excel templates are going to be the appropriate functionality for that. Okay. So that functionality is something that you are going to learn if you do it by yourself. I could be here explaining you the whole hour, but I think that is something that you need to try it. So my suggestion is try to do it, try to review the information that I already present you here in the video, but do it by yourself. I mean, try to download a file, try to configure, try to upload it, try to refresh, try to validate, and try to do many different things. I should actually something an additional example that I want to share with you. For example, here I have one that I configured with additional calculations. Let me see if I can download it. We already have here downloaded. No. Well, let's say that I have something called time entries because in the CRM we have the project operation model available. So let's say that I'm going to be I don't want to go back too much, probably just 1 week. And here I have Excel templates. And here I have one that is the tailored time entries analysis. So here with this file, I'm just generating, uh, let me refresh again. I'm going to generate a summary of the time that everybody is just investing in each project, what information is billable, what is not billable, something called global analysis by task, just to have more detail. But for example, here, as you can see here, I have the information per month. Okay. To do that, the CRM is not going to provide that information. So what I did here was on the template, I add an additional column here with one calculation that is going to take the information that I have in the date format that I already have, and I pass that on test. And basically, I pass that because if you want to try to keep moving with the date format, it's going to be a nightmare. So what I did was just create an additional column just to do a formula, and after that, just put the month here as I need. And in that way, it was easier for me to do it, organize information per month. So you could have multiple sheets and you could have multiple pivot tables with multiple tables, and you just need to download a file and update. Okay, so that's the functionality. That's the Excel template functionality. If you want to try it, uh, I want to invite you. You could come here. This is an instance that Optimus has for all of you to do your testing, to try it. You could come here. This is the user and this is the password. It's available 7 by 24. And so if you want to try it, do it. And if you require any additional assistance or if you have any additional question, you could just send me an email. I'm going to be sharing with you the presentation, or I'm going to be sharing with you any suggestion or any comment that you have. You could just ask me, and I'm going to be glad to answer to you. Okay, so thanks everyone for being here today. Topic is not too long, so I hope to see you in the next webinar, and thanks everyone for your time.